All right, welcome to Monday Night Basketball against Southern Valley here in Gothenburg in the North Gym. Today is Monday, and we are ready to play. Monday the 6th, that is Mr. Riker's birthday here at the Gothenburg Public Schools. That was just announced by Mr. Scott Foster, so happy birthday to him. And now for your starters. Scott will read those off for us. All right, we are ready to play basketball here in Gothenburg. This is the boys' game. We are ready to roll just shortly after 7, just running right on time. Starting tip, here's Bronson Long, who gets it for Gothenburg, giving it to Cooper Kane, passing it to Stevens. Stevens passing it across the court to Geiken. Geiken too long, back to Geiken, over to Stevens. Stevens back to Rhodes. Rhodes goes for 2, no good. And recovered there by Kane, giving it to Stevens from the 3, and it is good. 3-0. That's a good way to start the game, if I do say so myself. All right, we do have number 3 for Southern Valley grabbing hold of it, passing it there to McPhillamy. Now Henderson has it. Henderson going to be passing it back to McPhillamy. All right, Kane has it. Giving it to Long. Long back to Stevens. Stevens goes up. Giving it to Geiken for the three. No good. Number 25, Wilson grabs a hold of it, giving it to McPhillamy. And that'll be out of bounds on him. Geiken to start with the ball now. And it is a good pass in there, giving it to Kane. Kane back to Geiken, who gives it to Stevens. Stevens back to Geiken. Geiken back to Kane, losing it there to number 14, Henderson, giving it to McPhillamy. All right, Kane has it now, giving it to Stevens. Back to Kane, to Geiken. Geiken to Rhodes. Rhodes back to Geiken. Geiken to Kane. Kane to Stevens, who goes for the three. And it is good as well. 2 threes in a row. We'll take it 6-3. All right, now number 3, Bose has it. Bose giving it to McPhillamy. Back to 23, Boo. Kane has it now, giving it to Geiken. Geiken goes up for 2, and it's good as well. 8-3. All right, back to Bose. And a foul is called. Called on Gothenburg. Bose to start with the ball for Southern Valley. All right, that was Bose passing it in there to number 25, Wilson, back over to number 14, Henderson. Attempted there was number 25. Now Geiken has it, and he'll take 2 again. Geiken's on a roll today, 10-3. All right, 23. That is Bowie, goes up 4-2. Geiken has it, passing it to Stevens. I should say Weston Geiken, that is. We do have 2 Geikens. All right. Geiken going to be giving it back to Kane. Kane goes up for 2, and it's good. 12-5. All right, McPhillamy has it now. Goes up for 2, loses it to Gothenburg, number 1, Stevens. Over to Kane, who takes it down the court. Back to Stevens. Stevens to Geiken, who goes for 3. Almost good. Probably would have been unrealistic if he would have made it, but Stevens goes up for 2, almost making there. McPhillamy takes the ball back for the Eagles and knocking Carson Rhodes completely on the ground there. I believe a foul will be called. Oh, foul called on Carson Rhodes. All right, Bennett Geiken is now in as well, so I will try and say their first names as well so you guys know which Geiken I'm talking about. Trey Rossell taking that one right out of their hands, goes up for 2, and it's good. And a foul will be called on Southern Valley, I believe. Nope, called on Trey Rossell, excuse me. That's his first. Number 25, Wilson, going to be starting with the ball, passing it in there to number 3, Bose. Back to Wilson. Back to Bose. Bose finding somebody, finds McPhillamy. Back to Bose. Bose goes for the 3, and it's no good. Bennett Geiken gives it to Weston Geiken. Weston Geiken giving it to Rickardson, who goes up for 2, and another foul is going to be called here. That one's going to be called on number 3, Bose. Maddox Rickardson will get the chance now to take some free throws here. And the first one's good. We'll see if he can make the second one here for the Swedes. And the second one is no good. Number 25, Wilson, grabs a hold of it for the Eagles. All right, and that'll be out of bounds on Southern Valley. All right, Long to start with the passing it into Weston Geiken. Geiken passing it to Bennett Geiken. Back to Rickardson. Rickardson trying to give it to Trey there, and it'll be out of bounds. Southern Valley to start with it. All right, number 25, Wilson, going to be passing it in. Passes it into Bose there. And a fight for it there. Wilson gets it. And a foul. Timeout is called, on Southern Valley.
Gothenburg Health believes in providing exceptional medical services close to home. That means going beyond for the people in our communities. You and your family have access to modern care at Gothenburg Health. Physicians, specialists, equipment, and technology. It's part of our commitment to stay well ahead of your needs at Gothenburg Health. You can see our commitment in our state-of-the-art surgical wing, new patient wing, medically integrated YMCA, and most importantly, in our amazing team who is Gothenburg Health. Learn more at gothenburghealth.org.
All right, Wilson will start out with the ball for Southern Valley, passing it in there to number 14, Henderson. Henderson over to McPhillamy, and that'll be out of bounds on Southern Valley. Number 2, Cooper Kane, going to be starting with the ball now. Kane passing it in to Stevens. Stevens back to Kane. Kane giving it back to Stevens. Stevens looking for an opening, finds Kane. Kane faking him out there a little bit for the 3, giving it back to Stevens. Stevens to Rickardson, and Rickardson back to Stevens. Stevens driving forward, gives it back to Rickardson from the 3. Maddox Rickardson misses the 3 there. However, there's a fight for the ball. Henderson passing it to Bose. Passing it over to Wilson, and back to Henderson, who goes up for 2, and it is good, 13-7. All right, Stevens passing it to Kane there, back to Stevens, back to Kane, and to Rhodes, who gives it to Jorgensen, who goes up for the 2, and it is good as well. 15-7 is the score. Bose has it now. Bose trying to find somebody, gives it to Wilson. Wilson giving it to Henderson. Henderson trying to find somebody, finds number 23, Bowie. And giving it to Bose. Bose goes for 2, no good. Maddox Rickardson recovering it for Gothenburg. Giving it to Kane. Kane back to Rickardson. Rickardson to Stevens. Stevens trying to find somebody here, gives it back to Kane. Kane deciding what to do, goes for the 2, no good. And that was Carson Rhodes with the 2, recovering that for Kane. 17-7 is our score. All right, Bose has it. He's going to go up for, never mind, passed it, but that was intercepted there by number 2, Cooper Kane, giving it to Carson Rhodes now. And back to Kane, giving it to Rickardson. And Rhodes goes up, and he makes the 2. All right, Bose has it now for Southern Valley. Gives it to McPhillamy. Back to Henderson. And that foul will be called there. That was called on Maddox Rickardson. That's his first of the night. All right, checking in for the Swedes, we have Bennett Geiken. Bronson Long, Trey Rossell, and Weston Geiken. Checking out Cooper Kane, Maddox Rickertson, Carson Rhodes, and Trey Stevens. McPhillamy passing it into Bose. Bose trying to figure out who he wants to pass it to. Passes it back to McPhillamy. Goes from the free throw line and no good. Bronson Long recovers the ball. 1 minute left on the clock. Gives it to Weston Geiken, who goes from the three. No good. Going to be recovered there by Bennett Geiken. No good. That's number 25, Wilson, that has it. Giving it to McPhillamy. Back to Wilson. Wilson driving forward. He goes trying to pass it over, and a travel will be called. Gothenburg will get the ball. Trey Rossell to start with it. All right, Rossell passing it in there to Weston Geiken again. Both Geikens out on the court. Weston trying to find somebody. Found Rossell, back to Weston, and over to Long. Long back to Weston Geiken. Weston Geiken giving it to Trey Rossell, back to Weston Geiken. And over, attempted there to get it to Kai Jorgensen. However, number 5, that's Grove, gave it to number 3, Bose. He's taking his sweet time, getting it down to Southern Valley's side. Draining the clock, and he doesn't have the upper hand to be draining the clock right now as they are down 19-7. He goes up for 2, no good. Trey Rossell recovers it. 1 second left on the clock. He goes up for the buzzer beater. Oh, almost good. That would have been amazing if Trey would have made that. We'll be back in just a few short minutes.
Hecox Dentistry, located at 1014 Lake Avenue in Gothenburg, has provided over 105 years of trusted dental service to the local area. 4 generations of family and dental care gives them an experienced advantage that you won't find anywhere else. They combine personalized, compassionate care with exceptional service in a state-of-the-art facility. They're always accepting new patients and look forward to providing the dentistry you, your family, and friends deserve. Learn more at hecoxdentistry.com.
Whether you're rushing to a ball game, managing a business, or juggling work and school, we at Flatwater Bank understand that life can get chaotic. Our mobile app lessens the stress of maintaining your finances and makes a trip to the bank one less thing to worry about. Use it to deposit checks, pay bills, track your balance, instantly pay friends, and so much more. Download our mobile app to access the branch that never closes.
All right, coming back from that little break there between quarters. That was number 25, Wilson, passing it into Bose. Bose passing it over, loses it to Gothenburg. Jorgensen grabs hold of it, giving it forward to Trey Rossell, giving it back to Bronson Long, and that will be out of bounds on White. All right. Number 23, Bowie, starting out with the passing into their Bose. Back to Bowie. And Bowie getting it stolen there by Trey Rossell, who goes up for 2, and it is good. 21-7. Trey Rossell, he is awful quick, and nobody sees him coming, and that wasn't a short joke, folks. He is just that agile. All right, Bowie passing it into there to Bose. All right, Bose is going to lose it there out of bounds. Gothenburg will get it. Nope, excuse me. It must have been out of bounds on Gothenburg. All right, Bose passing it in there to McPhillamy. Over to Henderson. Henderson goes from the 3, no good. Weston Geiken recovers it. Passing it forward and out of bounds there on Southern Valley. All right, Rossell to be passing it in here. Passes it in to Jorgensen. Jorgensen to Long to Weston Geiken, who gives it to Trey Rossell. Forwarded to Bennett Geiken. Bennett almost loses it there, giving it to Long, back to Weston Geiken. Weston Geiken back to Long from the three, and it is good, 24-7. All right, McPhillamy now has the ball for Southern Valley. Almost getting stopped there by Weston Geiken. And Bose goes up for two, no good. A foul is called. That's called on number 10, Bronson Long. All right, number 3, Bose taking some free throws, missing the first. All right, Carson Rhodes, Trey Stevens, Cooper Kane, Maddox Rickerson checking in for Trey Rossell, Kai Jorgensen, Bronson Long, and Bennett Geiken. Again, we'll hope Bose can make this second shot here, get him up a little higher. And he does make that one, 24-8. Maddox Rickerson passing it back into Weston Geiken there. Geiken almost losing it there, and does he recover it? No, he will lose it. McPhillamy has it now. And Geiken gets it back after all that, giving it back to Rickardson. Rickardson to Stevens. Stevens over to Cooper Kane, who goes for two. No good. Cooper recovers it again, no good. And Carson Rhodes has it now, giving it to Rickardson. Rickardson to Kane. Kane goes from the three, no good. And number 3, Bose takes it for Southern Valley. Bose goes up for the layup, no good. And one falling completely down there. Gothenburg will get it. All right, Kane passing it in there to Weston Geiken. Kane has it now back to Geiken. And back to Kane. Kane back to Geiken. Geiken giving it to Stevens there. Back to Kane. Kane to Rhodes. Back to Weston Geiken from the three. No good. Very close to being good there. Number 20 had it there. That was Thuft. And that was McPhillamy from the three. No good. Cooper Kane has it now. Running down the court. Giving it to Rickardson. Rickardson deciding what to do. Gives it to Stevens. Stevens from the three. And it is good. 27-8. And a foul is called. All right. Bronson Long checking in for Weston Geiken on the Gothenburg side, and number 20, Thuft, will start with the ball for Southern Valley. Going to be passing it in. It appears to be Bose. It is Bose. And Bose losing it off of the toe box there, giving it cross court there to Thuft. However, there is a timeout called, I believe, on Southern Valley there. I would like to take the time to thank all the businesses at the top of your screen spinning around in what we call an image carousel. They are the people that make this possible so that you guys can watch this from free, basically on whatever device, wherever you are at. So please, next time that you are around town, thank those businesses and the ones that pay for their ads to play in between timeouts, such as now, and in between quarters. They are the ones that pay even extra to bring this service to you, again, for free. No charge required, no subscription, none of the above. So again, please thank those businesses. Thank you for joining us tonight. This is Gothenburg varsity basketball against Southern Valley. My name is Trevor Gallus. I'll be here for a couple more quarters.
Gothenburg Health believes in providing exceptional medical services close to home. That means going beyond for the people in our communities. You and your family have access to modern care at Gothenburg Health. Physicians, specialists, equipment, and technology. It's part of our commitment to stay well ahead of your needs at Gothenburg Health. You can see our commitment in our state-of-the-art surgical wing, new patient wing, medically integrated YMCA, and most importantly, in our amazing team who is Gothenburg Health. Learn more at gothenburghealth.org.
All right, passing it in. There was Thuft giving it to McPhillamy. Back to Bose. Bose trying to find somebody. Finds McPhillamy. McPhillamy driving up, gives it back to Bose. Bose almost losing it there. Fighting for the ball with himself. Gives it back to McPhillamy. Back to Bose. Good defense on Gothenburg, giving it to McPhillamy. Almost out of bounds, giving it to Wilson. Wilson has it now, giving it forwarded to number 5, Grove. Back to Wilson. Wilson goes up for the layup. No good. Almost recovering it there. And a foul is called. White will get the ball. That's us. Number 2, Cooper Kane, going to be passing it in. Passes it in to Trey Stevens. And Stevens to Rickardson. Rickardson finding somebody. Found Bronson Long, giving it back to Kane. Kane to Trey Stevens across the court to Rickardson. Rickardson from the 3. No good. Cooper Kane recovers it, gives it to Stevens, and he goes for the 3. No good again. And number 24, McPhillamy, grabs it for Southern Valley, giving it to Bose. Back to McPhillamy. And intercepted there by number 10, Bronson Long, who goes for the layup, and it is good. 29-8. Bose has it now for Southern Valley. Gives it to number 20, Thuft. Back to Bose. Bose from the 3, and it is good. 29-11 for 3 points there. Stevens has it, giving it to Kane. Kane back to Long there, who goes for 2 more. 31-11. All right, Bose has it now, and a foul will be called. All right, Cooper Kane starting with a dribbles down the court, giving it to Rickardson. Rickardson trying to find somebody, finds Stevens. Stevens over to Kane. Kane gonna find somebody. Finds Long. Long back to Rickardson. Rickardson to Stevens. Stevens driving forward, goes for the layup. No good. Thuft grabs hold of it, giving it to Bose. Bronson Long takes a tumble. And a whistle is blown. All right, checking in for number 5, Grove, is number 12, Collins, on the Eagle side. All right, number 3, Bose, going to be making some free throws here. Makes the first. And makes the second one as well. Stevens passing it in there to Kane. Kane to Carson Rhodes. Carson Rhodes to Bennett Geiken. However, it'll be out of bounds on the Swedes. All right, Weston Geiken checking in for Trey Stevens, and Trey Rossell checking in for Cooper Kane. All right. That was Wilson passing it in there to Bose. Bose to McPhillamy, back to Bose. Bose almost losing it there to Gothenburg. Bose almost losing it again there. Will he lose it? Nope, he gains it back. And to Wilson, and a whistle is blown once again. That was called on Bennett Geiken. All right, number 3, Bose to take some free throws here. And Bronson Long takes that back. All right, Weston Geiken has it now. Giving it back to Long. Long to Carson Rhodes, who loses it to Southern Valley. Number 24, McPhillamy. Back to Bose. Bose trying to find somebody. Finds McPhillamy. Back to Bose. Bose, I don't think, was really expecting that one. Bose to number 12, Collins. Back to McPhillamy. McPhillamy to Wilson. Back to Bose. Attempted there. Bronson Long grabs a hold of it, and he's going to go for 2. And he gets the 2. 33-13. Gothenburg in the lead by 20. McPhillamy has it now. Trying to give it there to Bose. However, it is lost. All right, number 23, that's Bowie has it. Bose goes for 3, no good. Out of bounds, Southern Valley. Gothenburg to start with the ball now. All right, Cooper Kane and Trey Stevens checking in for Bronson Long and Carson Rhodes. All right, Geiken, Weston that is, to start with it here. Passing it in to Kane. Rossell has it now. Back to Kane. Kane to Weston Geiken. Geiken to Stevens. Stevens giving it to Rossell. Rossell to Kane. Kane trying to find somebody. He finds Weston Geiken. Geiken to Trey Stevens, who goes up for 2, and it is good. 35-13. All right. Bose losing it there to Trey Stevens. He goes up for 2, and it is good as well. 37-13. 45 seconds left in the first half. McPhillamy has it now. Giving it to Bose, and a whistle is blown. That will be called on Trey Rossell. That's his second of the night. Bose will get 1 shot here. All right, Grove checking in for McPhillamy. All right, we'll see if he can go for the second one since he made that one. 37-14. All right, and it was no good. Trey Stevens grabbing a hold of it for Gothenburg, giving it to Weston Geiken. Geiken giving it over to Trey Rossell, who goes forward. He goes up for 2, no good. And number 14, Henderson, gets it. However, Trey Stevens gets it back for Gothenburg, and he gets 2 more. 39-14, 18 seconds left in the first half. All right, Bose has it, giving it to Wilson. Wilson to Henderson. And that was Grove from the 3, no good. And Weston Geiken has it and loses it. That'll be out of bounds with 1.7 seconds left here in the first half. Stevens has it. He goes for 3. No good. Very close, however. 39-14 is our score at the end of this first.
Whether you're rushing to a ball game, managing a business, or juggling work and school, we at Flatwater Bank understand that life can get chaotic. Our mobile app lessens the stress of maintaining your finances and makes a trip to the bank one less thing to worry about. Use it to deposit checks, pay bills, track your balance, instantly pay friends, and so much more. Download our mobile app to access the branch that never closes.
Pinpoint is Gothenburg's #1 provider for home and business communication services. Pinpoint has the only all-fiber network in Gothenburg, with a local office for convenient access. Their hometown technicians and customer care team are always available and happy to assist you with all of your needs. Offering internet service with speeds up to 1 gig, Pinpoint is helping Gothenburg develop new innovation opportunities and e-commerce expansion. Call or stop by to get Pinpoint service today.
All right, coming back from that halftime, thank you for sticking with us. Cooper Kane passing that in to Weston Geiken. Back to Trey Stevens. Over to Cooper Kane. Back to Stevens. Stevens across the court to Weston Geiken, who goes for the three. No good. That's number 25, Wilson, that grabs a hold of it for Southern Valley. And out of bounds there. Wasn't really passing it to anyone. All right, Cooper Kane driving down the court, giving it back to Geiken, to Long, and to Carson Rhodes, who goes for two. No good, and a foul is called on Southern Valley. Carson Rhodes will get, he'll get two. And he makes it. See if he can make the second one. That's 40-14. And he makes the second one as well. 41-14. All right, Bose trying to find an opening here. Gives it to number 14, Henderson. And Henderson loses it to Trey Stevens, who gives it to Bronson Long. Bronson's driving. He goes for two, and he got two. 43-14. All right. McPhillamy has it now. Trying to find an opening. Gives it back to Bose. And Bose to number 14, Henderson. Henderson for the three. That's good. 14-17. All right, now that's Stevens with two. All right, Bose has it again. Going to be giving it here. Gives it to number 24, McPhillamy. Back to Wilson. And Wilson throwing it there to Henderson. Henderson grabs it. Henderson from the free throw line, no good. And McPhillamy will grab it again. He goes up for two, no good again. Trey Stevens grabs it this time. Cooper Kane gets it, giving it to Weston Geiken. Back over to Trey Stevens, who goes for three, and it is good. All right, 48-17 is our score. All righty, Kane has it now, giving it to Long. Long goes up for two. No good this time. Goes up for two, and it is good that time. 50-17. All right, we do have Maddox Rickardson, Kai Jorgensen, and Trey Rossell, checking in for Trey Stevens, Carson Rhodes, and Cooper Kane. There will be a timeout. All right, coming back from that, McPhillamy passes it in there to number 5, Grove. Back to McPhillamy, back to Grove. Over to Thuft, back to McPhillamy. Bose from the three, no good. Weston Geiken recovers it, passing it all the way forward to Bronson Long, who almost lost it there, giving it to Rickardson. Rickardson to Jorgensen. Weston Geiken from the three, no good. Going to be recovered there by number 5, Grove from Southern Valley, giving it to McPhillamy. Over to Bose. Bose goes up for two, no good, and a foul is called. All right, that was called on number 10. That's Bronson Long. All right, number 3, Bose making the first one. Bennett Geiken checking in for Bronson Long again. Both Bennett and Weston on the court at the moment. Bose now going to be taking his second shot here. And he makes that one as well, 50-19. Jorgensen passing it in there to Geiken. Geiken to Rickardson. Rickardson back to Rossell. Rossell passing it there to Jorgensen. However, Jorgensen might not be able to get a hold of it. Jump ball. We'll see who gets it. All right, Purple's going to get it. Southern Valley to start with it. McPhillamy going to be passing it in. Passing it in to Grove. Back to McPhillamy. Back to Grove. Back to McPhillamy. McPhillamy back to Grove. Grove tried to get it over there to number 23, Bowie. However, it did go out of bounds on Gothenburg. Grove going to be starting with it now. Never mind, they switched on me. McPhillamy starting with it. Back into Grove. Grove to McPhillamy. McPhillamy passing it over to Thuft. Over to Bose, who tried to get it to Bowie. However, Jorgensen got it, giving it to Rossell. Rossell to Trey Stevens. Stevens trying to find who he can give it to. Gives it to Rossell. Rossell back to Stevens. Over to Rickardson in the bottom left hand of your guys' screen for 2 points. No good. Thuft grabs a hold of it for Southern Valley, passing it to Grove. Grove goes for 2. No good. And Geiken giving it to Rossell. Bennett Geiken, that is. Giving it to Rossell. Rossell to Rickardson. Rickardson back to Stevens. Stevens back to Rickardson, who goes for 3. No good. Going to be recovered by Southern Valley, number 3, Bose. Giving it to Grove. McPhillamy goes from the 3. No good. Maddox Rickardson gets it for Gothenburg. Giving it to Trey Stevens there. Stevens giving it back to Rossell and to Maddox Rickardson. Rickardson then giving it to Stevens, and Stevens to Rossell. Rossell to Jorgensen. Jorgensen to Stevens. Stevens to Rickardson, who goes from the 3, and it is good. 53-19. All right, Bose passed it there to McPhillamy. Back to Bose, back to McPhillamy, who gives it to Grove. Grove almost losing it there to Gothenburg. Gives it back to McPhillamy, and a foul is called. And Bronson, Long, Cooper, Kane, Carson, Rhodes, and Weston Geiken checking in now for the Swedes. All right. Henderson has it, passing it to Bose. Bose giving it back to Henderson. Henderson looking for somebody, gives it back to Bose. Bose driving forward, goes up for 2, no good. Bose recovers it again and loses it there, out of bounds. All right, Rossell passing it in there, going to be out of bounds. All right, Bronson Long trying to go up there. No good. Foul called. Bronson will get 2. Called on number 24. That's McPhillamy. That's his first of the night, actually. And it is good. The first one, at least. We'll hope the second one is good as well. And Carson Rhodes, gets two more. 56-19. 2 minutes, 13 seconds left in this third quarter. Bose has it now. Trying to find somebody. Giving it to number 25, Wilson. Back to McPhillamy. McPhillamy goes up for two, loses it to Trey Rossell. Giving it to Cooper Kane. Kane to Rhodes. Rhodes from the three, and no good. Bronson Long recovers it. He goes up for two, no good. Toss to the outside. That'll be a foul called. That was called on Carson Rhodes. All right, checking in here now, we have number 12, Connor McCoy, Bennett Geiken, Kai Jorgensen, Lucan Most, and Sean Meintz. All right, McPhillamy passing it into number 14, Henderson. Henderson to number 30, Bunce. Back to Henderson. To number 12, Collins. Collins from the three, no good. Sean Meintz grabs hold of it, giving it to Lucan Most. Lucan's going to run down the court. Lucan trying to find somebody, gives it to Kai Jorgensen. Jorgensen to Bennett Geigen, who goes up for two, no good. Number 30, Bunce gets it for Southern Valley. Collins has it now, back to McPhillamy. McPhillamy from the three, no good. Bennett Geigen grabs a hold of it for Gothenburg, giving it to Connor McCoy. Connor runs down the court. Goes up for two, no good. Kai Jorgensen going to recover it there, and a foul is called out of bounds, Southern Valley will get the ball now. McPhillamy to start with it. Passing it in there to number 14, Henderson. Henderson into number 30. Dunce back to McPhillamy. Henderson has it now, giving it to Bunce. And Bunce losing the ball there. A foul will be called. Called on Kai Jorgensen. All right, McPhillamy to start with the ball now. Passes it into number 20. That's Thuft. And we got quite the tumble here. That was McPhillamy that fell down. Kai Jorgensen to start with the ball now. Going to be passing it in. It appears to be Lucan Most. Giving it to McCoy. McCoy to Jorgensen. Jorgensen back to McCoy. And attempted to get Bennett Geigen, however, he did get it. Kai Jorgensen goes up for two, no good. Number 24, McPhillamy gets it. And McPhillamy passing it there to number 12, Collins. And a travel is called. All right, Swedes will get the ball. Kai Jorgensen to start. Passing it to McCoy. McCoy almost losing it there to Southern Valley. Goes up. Almost getting the buzzer beater there, and no good. All right, that's the end of our third quarter. 56-19. 4 fouls for Gothenburg, 2 fouls for Southern Valley. It is quite the game. Please stick with us for the fourth quarter. Again, my name's Trevor Gallus. I will be here for the remainder of your fourth quarter.
Whether you're rushing to a ball game, managing a business, or juggling work and school, we at Flatwater Bank understand that life can get chaotic. Our mobile app lessens the stress of maintaining your finances and makes a trip to the bank one less thing to worry about. Use it to deposit checks, pay bills, track your balance, instantly pay friends, and so much more. Download our mobile app to access the branch that never closes.
Pinpoint is Gothenburg's #1 provider for home and business communication services. Pinpoint has the only all-fiber network in Gothenburg, with a local office for convenient access. Their hometown technicians and customer care team are always available and happy to assist you with all of your needs. Offering internet service with speeds up to 1 gig, Pinpoint is helping Gothenburg develop new innovation opportunities and e-commerce expansion. Call or stop by to get Pinpoint service today.
All right, we are ready to play ball. McPhillamy passing it into Bose. Bose to number 23. That's Bowie. Back to Bose and to Grove. McPhillamy passing it over to Henderson. Henderson back to Grove. Grove trying to find somebody. He finds Bose. Bose driving forward, and a foul is called. Foul going to be called on number 14. All right, passing that in was McPhillamy, passing it into Bose. Bose from the 3, no good. Lucan Most grabbing hold of it for Gothenburg. Passing it to McCoy. McCoy over to Most. Most to Mines. Mines from the 3. No good. Benegaiken hitting it out of bounds. All right, now starting, it's going to be 24 McPhillamy passing it into Bose. All right, Bose going to be passing it there to number 14 Henderson. Back to McPhillamy. And then to number 5, Grove. Back to number 3, Bose. Bose goes forward, knocking McCoy over. Foul called on Connor McCoy. That's his first. All right, Bo's going to be passing it in. Passes it in to number 14, Henderson from the 3. No good. Recovered there by Grove, passing it to Bose. Bose to number 23, Bowie, and it'll be almost out. It will be out of bounds on number 23. Going to be passing it in is Lucan Most. Passing it in to McCoy. McCoy almost losing it there, giving it back to Most. Most going up for 2, no good, gets stolen by Southern Valley. Foul is called. Called on Grove. Will be his first. Most taking some free throws here. Didn't get the first one. Trey Russell and Maddox Rickardson checking in for the Swedes. Lucan Most going to go for his second shot, and it is good. 57-19. McPhillamy has it, passing it over to Bose. Bose goes for 3, and it is good. 57-22. Trey Rossell has it now, running down the court, going to be giving it to Sean Mines. Mines driving forward, trying to get it over to McCoy. However, it gets stolen by McPhillamy from Southern Valley. McPhillamy going to go up for 2, no good, and a foul is called. Foul called on number 15. That'll be Sean Mines. It's his first. All right, McPhillamy to make some free throws, hopefully, for Southern Valley. Making the first one, 57-23. And he makes the second one as well, 57-24. All right, that was Rickardson passing it into Most. Most losing it there. All right. Bose has it. Passing it to McPhillamy. Back to Grove. Grove to number 14, Henderson. Henderson giving it to Bose. Bose from the three, and it is good, 57-27. McCoy has it now. Giving it to Rickardson. Rickardson tried to go for two, no good. Giving it to Rossell. Rossell to Lucan Most. He goes up for two, and it is good, 59-27. McPhillamy has it now, running back down the court. McPhillamy goes up for two, and it is good. All right, Lucan Most has it now and makes the points there. However, there will be a foul called. Southern Valley will get it. Called on Lucan Most there. It's his second. All right, there is a timeout called by Mr. Carlin for the Swedes.
Gothenburg Health believes in providing exceptional medical services close to home. That means going beyond for the people in our communities. You and your family have access to modern care at Gothenburg Health. Physicians, specialists, equipment, and technology. It's part of our commitment to stay well ahead of your needs at Gothenburg Health. You can see our commitment in our state-of-the-art surgical wing, new patient wing, medically integrated YMCA, and most importantly, in our amazing team who is Gothenburg Health. Learn more at gothenburghealth.org.
Fan of the game here. The fan of the game here at Gothenburg Public Schools for tonight's boys varsity game is Emma Peterson's. Our theme was old people or the elderly, and she dressed quite the part. I know you guys can't see it. She's at the bottom half of your screen that gets cut off, but she is quite the character tonight with the cane and all. All right, Grove has it. Passing it to, gave it to Lucan Most there for Gothenburg. Rickardson has it back to Most. Most losing it out of bounds. All right, we do have Geiken checking in for McCoy. Bennett Geiken and Kai Jorgensen has also joined us. And Grove has to go. Grove goes for two, and he makes the two. 59-31. Rickardson passing it in to Most. Most to Rossell. Rossell to Geiken. Geiken losing it there to number 3, Bose. Bose goes up for two. No good. Recovered there by Lucan Most. Most giving it to Rickardson. Rickardson goes up for two. No good. Kai Jorgensen goes up for two, and it is good. 61-31. Bose has it now. Just short of 4 minutes left. McPhillamy has it now. All right, Grove lost it there, but McPhillamy recovered it for Southern Valley from the three. McPhillamy, no good. And number 14 pushed it back into bounds there, giving it back to McPhillamy. He gained it from Gothenburg. He's going to go up for two. No good. Kai Jorgensen gets it for Gothenburg, passing it to Lucan Most. Lucan Most across court to Maddox Rickardson, giving it to Bennett Geiken, and a foul is called. All right, that was a call on number 24. That'll be Trey Rossell. Excuse me, not 24 Trey Rossell, 24 McPhillamy. I was on the wrong side. Rickardson passing it in there to Sean Mines. Mines passing it over to McCoy. McCoy trying to find somebody else, losing it there to Southern Valley. Gains it back, giving it to Rickardson. Rickardson back to McCoy. McCoy back to Rickardson, maybe out of bounds on Gothenburg. All right, Number 12, Collins to start with the ball, passing it into Bose. Back to Collins. Collins to McPhillamy. McPhillamy back to Bose. Bose from the three. No good. Connor McCoy recovers it for Gothenburg, passing it to Sean Mines. Giving it to McCoy and to Bennett Geiken. Bennett Geiken back to McCoy. And McCoy losing it. All right, 2 minutes, 38 seconds left. Gothenburg 30 points ahead. All right, McPhillamy to start with it now. All right, number 3, Bose has it. Giving it to number 14, Henderson, back to McPhillamy. McPhillamy getting it to Collins, who gets 2 more points for Southern Valley, 61-33. McCoy has it. He goes forward, gives it to Jorgensen, who gets 2 points for Gothenburg. 63-33, back in the lead by 30. McPhillamy has it now. Passes it to number 3, Bose, who gives it to Thuft. Giving it to Collins, and out of bounds, Gothenburg. All right, checking in is Michael Bunce for Southern Valley. He will pass it in. Passes it in to Bose. Giving it to number 14, Henderson. Back to Bunce. Bunce from the three. No good. Going to be recovered by Sean Mines. Giving it to McCoy. McCoy back to Mines. Mines to Bennett Geiken, attempted there, however, it will be out of bounds, and a foul is called. Foul is called on Bennett Geiken. Nope, foul called on number 20, Thuft. All right, Luke and Most to now start with it. Giving it to McCoy. McCoy back to Most. McCoy drives around. Giving it to Mines. Mines to Jorgensen. Jorgensen to McCoy. And McCoy almost losing it there. Does get it back. Giving it to Jorgensen. Jorgensen goes up for 2. No good. And a foul is called. All right. That was called on number 22. That is Grove. All right. Kai did not make the first one. We'll see if Jorgensen can make the second. And he makes the second one. All right. Number 14, Henderson, passing it in to Grove, number 5. And Grove getting it taken there by Gothenburg, Luke and Most. And McCoy does get it, almost losing it. He goes up for 5, no good. No good again there by Collins. And Collins finally gets it there, 64-35. Most passing it in there to Kai Jorgensen. Jorgensen back to Most. Most going to drive up. Most goes for 2, and he makes the 2, 66-27. Grove has it now. 23 seconds left on the clock. Grove going to be passing it in. Passes it to number 30, Bunce, and to number 12, Collins. Collins back to Bunce. And then Sean Mines grabs a hold of it. 6 seconds left. He goes for 3. No good. McCoy, he goes up for 2. No good. 1 second left, and there's the buzzer. All right, our final score here for the boys varsity game is 66-35. I really appreciate all of you guys joining with me. We have a number of around 62, so I appreciate all of you guys coming out and listening to me ramble on for these 4 quarters. Thank you again for joining us. Have a